Mo, you've been a tech guy for your whole life.
Yes.
And now you've written a book about happiness. What's that about?
So I've been a very fortunate person. At a very young age, I was a director at age 28. I was given a lot of wealth, and I was a day trader with my math skills. I made a ton of money, and I was absolutely miserable. For years and years and years, the more I got, the more unhappy I became. In an interesting way, I got all the toys. There was a point in my life where I clicked on eBay and bought 2 Rolls Royces in the same evening. The day they arrived, I was more miserable than the day I shipped them. And I think that's a feeling that a lot of you, some of you may share. By 2009, I was happier than the average person. I was going through life as a Middle Eastern. Most of my life was in security lines and homeland security, and there was a lot of reason to be unhappy, and I was the happiest person you can meet. Which I think was some kind of a training, if you want, because unfortunately in 2014, my son, who was a student in Boston, in Northeastern University, called us. We used to live in Dubai at the time. He called us and said he wanted to come home to visit us. He felt obliged that he wanted to see us. Had a bit of a belly pain, turned out to be an inflamed appendix, which is the simplest operation on the face of the planet. Took him to a hospital where the doctors made several mistakes in a row. Very preventable, very unexpected, if you want. And within 4 hours, my wonderful son was gone. Totally unexpected, totally at his prime. He was 21 at the time. I had him at a very young age, so he was not only my son, he was also my best friend. And so once again, there was a lot of reason to be unhappy. And surprisingly, as a family, we were not, of course, we were not dancing up and down of happiness, but we were quite calm. We were very, very peaceful. A few days after, most of my close friends came to me and said, something's wrong. You either have lost your mind or you know something we don't know. How can you handle such tragedy in a way that is not completely broken down? And so I sat them down. I explained what I understand about the model of happiness and how you can, the techniques you can use to control your brain to make a situation like this become more peaceful and accepting. And so everyone told me, you have to write this in a book.